historical situation that Christianity has always been genuinely European and always been a battle, a fight of Christianity against Islam. And
why do you attribute that weakness? Why do you blame it on people who are not Christians?
Saudara, di Eropa itu sekarang ini ada 1/4 totalitas orang Kristen di dunia tinggal di Eropa. 1/4. Berarti 25% orang Kristen di dunia tinggal di benua Eropa. Tapi tahukah saudara seabad yang lalu jumlahnya berapa persen? 67%. 2/3 jumlah seluruh orang Kristen di dunia itu tinggal di Eropa seabad yang lalu. Hari ini tinggal 1/4-nya. 25%. Setengah lebih mengurang. Kalau saudara bisnismen, sel saudara kurang setengah lebih 50%. Saudara pasti sudah stres, nggak ingat Tuhan Yesus lagi. Saudara yang dikasihi Tuhan, itulah keadaannya. Gereja-gereja dari berbagai denominasi utama di Eropa seperti gereja Presbyterian, gereja Anglikan, gereja-gereja Reform, Lutheran, saudara, juga termasuk Baptis, termasuk juga orang-orang Katolik, Roma Katolik di dalamnya, menurun dengan begitu dahsyatnya di Eropa.
Dalam suatu talk show yang berjudul Christianity, Europe, and Islam, Caroline Sommerfield berkebangsaan Jerman menuduh Islamlah yang mempengaruhi penurunan Kristen di Eropa. Dia tidak melihat dari sisi Kristen sendiri. Dia tidak melihat itu. Dia hanya menuduh orang-orang di luar Kristen yang mempengaruhi penurunan Kristen di Eropa. Padahal bisa jadi orang-orang Eropa semakin kritis. Mereka tidak percaya lagi dogma-dogma ajaran Kristen dan juga meningkatnya ateisme di Eropa.
But if I may interrupt you here, because then you continue with saying you cannot have an identity without having an enemy. That you're very much in favor of ethno-cultural identities. And it's quite obvious from the book that you consider the Islam as the new or old enemy because of this mass immigration. Is this a correct summary of your idea? Because that's how I read it. That you said, look, Christianity, we need again an ecclesia militans. We need a militant church. We need a militant Christianity to fight against an old new enemy, which is the Islam, which is now invading our country, our Europe through. So, if Trump would say "Make America Great Again," you would say "Make Europe Christian Again."
Yes, definitely. Okay. But I think I have to make two remarks. The one thing is that this title. Against Allahu Akbar, there is only the possibility of Deus Vult, and then I put a question mark after it. So this is not my stance that I want to defend, but it is a question I put, if we have the same situation, or if we have a kind of continuous historical situation that Christianity has always been genuinely European and always been a battle, a fight of Christianity against Islam. And the second thing I want to add is it has always been a battle against the sinfulness of man himself. It is kind of an inner, and so in everyone, and also an exterior opponent.
I have two questions. One is there a difference between resistance to evil as a Christian imperative and developing an ideology of conquest, which is what seems to be the case here? My other question is, doesn't this ideology of conquest against Islam, doesn't it mirror what radical Islamists say and do? Isn't the same worldview that we see here?
Salah satu narasumber yang bernama Leon Weistler mampu berpikir cerdas. Dia tidak setuju dengan pendapat Caroline. Dia balik bertanya kepada Caroline, kenapa Anda menyalahkan orang lain atas penurunan iman?
You're not making such excellent points, and here's why. Here's why. Why do you, if you perceive that your community is weak, for some reason, the Christian community is weak. Why do you attribute that weakness? Why do you blame it on people who are not Christians? If Christians cannot...
Yes, agreed,
You know,
yes,
when the Albigensians were alive, they had to be eradicated. This was a very long time ago. What happened to the Jews of Europe, which is a story I know from quite close up, we know. What's happening now, if you can't keep your children Christian, I don't mean your children, I mean if Europe's Christians cannot keep their children Christian by means of teaching them their tradition and raising them in their practices, with a freedom, by the way, which you owe not to Christianity but to secular European liberalism, if Christians cannot raise their children and succeed as a faith, if you have these problems, then address them inside your community. Why do you insist always on going outside your community to find somebody who is preventing you from being Christian?
But you're kind of psychologizing. It's like I have we as Christianity or as European Christians have our own problems, and we have to work on our problems and not trying to project them on others. This is a kind of a psychological operation.
No.
A psychological argument.
A belief, a religion, a religious faith is only besieged and under threat when its members are not free to practice it. If they are free to practice it, then it does not matter who else is free to practice whatever they want to practice around them. And you become solely responsible, which in the case, by the way, of crusades and sieges and wars, you're not. You become solely responsible for the future of your tradition.
The problem that Europe is so weak in itself leads to the invasion of foreigners, of Islamic...
Invasion?
Yes.
Invasion.
Definitely.
Okay, let me...